Tesla just surprised us all and launched a brand new Model Y.
Today, we've got some exciting news that's been making waves across the EV market. Tesla has just launched its most affordable Model Y yet in the United States, at just $44,990 before incentives. This could be the game changer Tesla needs during a challenging sales period. But is it worth your money? Let's dive in and find out everything you need to know about this new rear-wheel drive option. Tesla has officially launched the long-range rear-wheel drive configuration of their new Model Y, making it the cheapest trim available for their refreshed SUV. This comes as the third configuration option after the initial launch series and the long-range all-wheel drive versions that were released earlier this year. The new variant starts at $44,990 before any federal tax credits or local incentives. When you factor in the current $7,500 federal tax credit, this brings the effective price down to just $37,490, positioning it as the second most affordable vehicle in Tesla's lineup, right behind the Model 3 rear-wheel drive. This strategic move comes at a critical time for Tesla, which recently reported its worst sales quarter in nearly 3 years, with deliveries dropping by 13%. The company is clearly hoping that introducing a more budget-friendly option will help reverse this downward trend and appeal to a broader range of customers. Deliveries for this new Model Y variant are expected to begin in just 3 to 5 weeks, according to Tesla's design studio, with vehicles likely appearing at Gigafactory Texas within the next week or so. Let's talk specs, because this is where things get interesting. Despite being the cheaper option, the new rear-wheel drive Model Y actually offers more range than its all-wheel drive counterpart. The RWD version delivers an impressive 357 miles of range on a single charge, compared to 327 miles for the long-range all-wheel drive model. That's a 30-mile advantage, which could be significant for many drivers, considering range anxiety remains a concern for potential EV buyers. Where you do see some compromise is in performance. The RWD version has a 0 to 60 mph acceleration time of 5.4 seconds, which is still pretty quick but slower than the AWD's 4.6 seconds. Both versions share the same top speed of 125 mph. The single motor configuration on the rear axle not only helps reduce the cost, but also contributes to the improved efficiency and extended range. For many drivers who don't need the enhanced traction of all-wheel drive or the quicker acceleration, this trade-off will make perfect sense. It's important to understand that this isn't just a cheaper version of the old Model Y. This is part of Tesla's refreshed Juniper build that launched earlier this year, and it includes all the significant improvements Tesla made to their best-selling vehicle. The new Model Y features acoustic glass throughout the cabin, which dramatically reduces road and wind noise for a much more pleasant driving experience. Anyone who's driven the previous generation Model Y will immediately notice the difference. It's substantially quieter inside. The interior has received a comprehensive redesign with more luxurious materials and features. All seats now offer both heating and cooling functions, a premium feature that many competitors charge extra for. The cabin feels more refined, with Tesla paying attention to small details like improving the sound when closing doors. The central touchscreen remains, of course, but the overall fit and finish has been elevated to compete more directly with luxury automakers. Tesla has clearly been listening to feedback about interior quality and has addressed many of the previous criticisms. Tesla's move to launch a cheaper Model Y variant comes amid challenging market conditions for the company. In addition to the declining sales numbers globally, Tesla has been facing increased competition from both established automakers and new EV startups. In China, Tesla's deliveries dropped by 26% compared to March, with the South China Morning Post attributing this decline to Chinese consumers preferring cheaper, tech-laden domestic models from companies like BYD and NIO. Europe hasn't been much better for Tesla. Even in the UK, historically a strong market for the brand, Tesla's April sales plunged by a staggering 62%. The company had already launched cheaper Model Y variants in Europe back in February, but that hasn't been enough to stem the decline. There's also been controversy surrounding Tesla CEO Elon Musk's increasingly political public statements, which have reportedly led to protests targeting Tesla showrooms in some locations. This has potentially alienated some of Tesla's traditional customer base, who often aligned with environmental and progressive values. By launching this more affordable Model Y, Tesla is attempting to broaden its appeal and recapture market share. The Model Y has been Tesla's best-selling vehicle globally, even becoming the best-selling car of any type worldwide for 2 consecutive years. This new variant aims to build on that success by making the vehicle accessible to more buyers. So how does this new, cheaper Model Y stack up against the competition? Let's look at some key rivals in the electric SUV space. The Ford Mustang Mach-E starts at around $42,995 before incentives, offering 250 miles of range in its base configuration. While slightly cheaper than the new Model Y RWD, it offers substantially less range. Hyundai's Ioniq 5 starts at approximately $41,450 and delivers about 303 miles in its longest range configuration, still falling short of the Model Y RWD's 357 miles. The Volkswagen ID4 begins at around $38,995 with a range of up to 275 miles, making it more affordable but again with less range capability. Where Tesla continues to maintain a significant advantage is in charging infrastructure. The extensive supercharger network remains a powerful selling point, especially now that Tesla has opened portions of it to other EV brands, potentially generating additional revenue. The Model Y also benefits from Tesla's over-the-air update system, which continues to add features and improvements throughout the vehicle's life cycle. This has been a key differentiator for Tesla versus traditional automakers. If you're considering this new Model Y variant, here are some important factors to keep in mind. First, the federal tax credit situation remains somewhat fluid. The current $7,500 credit significantly reduces the effective price, but policy changes could affect this in the future. It's worth checking the latest information when making your decision. Second, consider your climate and driving conditions. If you live in an area with severe winters or frequently drive on unpaved roads, the all-wheel drive version might still be worth the extra cost despite the reduced range. Third, think about how you'll use the vehicle. The RWD's extended range makes it excellent for road trips and longer commutes, while the reduced acceleration is still more than adequate for everyday driving. Lastly, remember that Tesla still charges extra for certain options, including premium paint colors and the full self-driving package, which currently costs an additional $8,000. These can quickly increase the final price. There you have it. Tesla's new Model Y long-range rear-wheel drive offers an impressive combination of range and features at a more accessible price point. While it might not solve all of Tesla's current market challenges, it certainly makes one of the world's most popular electric vehicles available to a broader audience. What do you think about this new Model Y variant? Would you choose the extra range of the RWD model or pay more for the quicker acceleration of the AWD version? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Weekly Wheels for more automotive news and insights. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.